Batman, the man who somehow beats gods, aliens, martial artists, assassins, and little superhumans using nothing but intelligence, preparation, and an unlimited military budget. But today, we are putting the Dark Knight against some of the strongest street level characters in comics and ranking their chances of actually beating him. Not in a random who wins TikTok debate, we are looking at physical stats, combat skill, intelligence, gadgets, money, experience, environment, and yes, the most powerful force in comics, plot armor. Today, Batman runs the gauntlet against Spiderman, Daredevil, Bullseye, Green Arrow, Shang Chi, and Captain America. By the end, we'll rank every single one from Batman destroys them to Batman might actually lose. A few rules before we start. First, this is the standard comic versions. Second, no insane temporary power ups, so no cosmic Spider-Man or Hellbat armor. Third, we are assuming random encounters first, then we'll talk about prep time because Batman fans love prep time more than oxygen. And finally, this is about their chances of beating Batman consistently, not just that they won in comic once, not like this. Starting at the bottom, Bullseye, the human aimbot of Marvel. This man can kill you with cards, toothpicks, paper clips, probably a chicken nugget if he really wanted to. His accuracy is absurd, but against Batman, things get ugly fast. Bullseye is athletic, fast, and deadly, but physically he's nowhere near Batman. Let's be real. Batman has superior strength, superior durability, superior endurance, and way better hand to hand combat skill. If Batman gets close to Bullseye, the fight is basically over. Bullseye is unpredictable and psychotic, which actually helps him because Batman struggles more against chaotic fighters than disciplined ones. But intelligence, you already know, Batman clears easily. Batman is one of the greatest tacticians in DC. Bullseye is more of a murder specialist than a strategist. And this isn't even fair. Batman has smoke bombs, EMPs, thermal visions, explosive gels, armor, drones, surveillance systems, and on the other hand, Bullseye has forks, toothpicks, chicken nuggets, crabs, and some sharp objects, but still. Now, this is where Bullseye becomes scary. In a crowded city with civilians everywhere, long range distance, dark corners, Bullseye can absolutely land lethal shots. Batman getting clipped in the neck or eye is possible, but Batman's armor, mobility, and stealth make it extremely difficult. Bullseye can definitely kill Batman under perfect conditions, but in most scenarios, Batman overwhelms him. Chances of beating Batman of Bullseye are 2 out of 10. Green Arrow vs Batman. This matchup is way closer than people think. Green Arrow is basically Batman if Batman traded martial arts for archery and sarcasm. Batman is physically superior, stronger, faster, more durable, and has better stamina. But Oliver Queen is still elite human level. He keeps up with Justice League level threats surprisingly often. Hand to hand, Batman wins clearly. Archery, Green Arrow dominates. And Drake arrows make this fight unpredictable. Explosive arrows, EMP arrows, flashbang arrows, and electrical arrows. Batman constantly has to adapt. This is interesting because Green Arrow actually understands Batman psychologically. He knows how Batman thinks, he knows his habits, and unlike most heroes, he's willing to play dirty sometimes. But Bruce is still the better strategist overall. And again, Batman's resources are absurd. The Batmobile alone probably costs more than Star City. Wayne Enterprises gives Bruce access to military-grade technology. Green Arrow can simply match this. With prep time, Batman starts pulling out countermeasures immediately. Arrow's trajectory prediction, EMP shielding, environmental traps. Batman with prep against Green Arrow is terrifying. Green Arrow has a real chance at range. If he controls distance and catches Batman off guard, he can win. But once Batman closes the gap, it heavily shifts in Bruce's favor. Chances of beating Batman 3.5 out of 10. Daredevil vs Batman. Now we are getting serious. Daredevil is one of the few street level heroes Batman would generally struggle with consistently, because Matt Murdock is basically a human lie detector mixed with a ninja. Batman is a stronger overall, but Daredevil is faster in pure reactions. His radar sense gives him ridiculous awareness. He can detect heartbeats, react to gunfire, sense movement through walls, fight in complete darkness. That's a nightmare for Batman's stealth tactics. This fight would probably look insane. Batman probably has more overall training, but Daredevil's fluidity and acrobatics are on another level. Matt fights people stronger than himself constantly, and his pain tolerance is ridiculous. Batman is smarter strategically, but Daredevil has incredible combat instincts. Matt Murdock adapts mid fight almost instantly. Unlike Batman, Matt is used to fight while injured. This is huge. In darkness or tight hallways or rooftops, Daredevil becomes Thanos. Batman can't rely on stealth because Matt can literally sense him. That removes one of Batman's biggest advantages. Batman's gear, like shock gauntlets, explosive sonic weapons, gas attacks, and Batman is ruthless tactically. If he realizes that Matt relies on heightened senses, he'll exploit that immediately. Flashbangs and sonic attacks become deadly counters. This is one of Batman's hardest street level fights, and Daredevil can absolutely win. But Batman's versatility barely gives him the edge. Chances of beating Batman are 5 out of 10. Shang-Chi vs. Batman. This might shock people, but Shang-Chi is arguably the greatest pure martial artist here. Even Batman fans admit this fight is dangerous. Shang-Chi's combat skill is absurd. In Marvel, he's often portrayed as the best hand-to-hand fighter on Earth. Not one of the best, the literal best. He has beaten superhumans, assassins, enhanced fighters, and entire groups simultaneously. And unlike Batman, Shang-Chi specializes almost entirely in combat mastery. Batman is physically stronger overall due to his insane conditioning, but Shang-Chi's speed and precision are elite. He wastes almost no movement and every strike is calculated. Batman is smarter overall, but Shang-Chi has incredible discipline and adaptability. He reads opponents extremely quickly, and Bruce would immediately realize that this is not a normal martial artist. This matchup really depends on circumstances. No gadgets, Shang-Chi might genuinely beat Batman. With standard gear, Batman gains a massive advantage because gadgets create openings that Shang-Chi normally wouldn't allow. Prep heavily favors Batman, but unlike others, Shang-Chi is dangerous even with Batman preparing, because Bruce cannot simply outskill him physically. In pure combat, Shang-Chi may actually surpass Batman, but Batman wins through versatility and technology, but this is incredibly close. Chances of beating Batman are 6.5 out of 10. Captain America vs. Batman. Now we enter the territory where Batman starts becoming the underdog. Captain America is basically Batman but with super soldier stats, and that changes everything. Cap is stronger, faster, more durable, better reflexes, better stamina, and this alone is massive. Batman fights super soldiers all the time, but Steve Rogers is different because he combines those stats with elite combat skills. Batman may technically know more martial arts, but Steve's combat efficiency is ridiculous. He has fought assassins, aliens, guards, armies, Avenger level threats for decades, and his shield completely changes the fight dynamics. This is actually close. Batman is the superior tactician overall, but Captain America is one of the greatest battlefield leaders in Marvel history. Steve adapts incredibly fast, and unlike Batman, he doesn't get mentally broken easily. Batman's gadgets become much less effective because Cap's shield encounters so much explosives. Like, it can block literally everything, and Cap can weaponize ricochets in ridiculous ways. Prep time gives Batman a much better chance, but people exaggerate prep time too much. Batman doesn't automatically win because he's prepared. And against someone as experienced and physically dominant as Captain America, Bruce Wayne can still struggle badly. And Batman can absolutely beat Captain America, but consistently, probably not. Steve's physical advantages are just too significant. Chances of beating Batman are 7.5 out of 10. And finally, the best street level hero with the highest chance of beating Batman, Spider-Man. And honestly, it's not even close physically. Spider-Man completely outclasses Batman physically. Strength not comparable. Spider-Man can stop cars, hold collapsing buildings, and overpower superhumans. Speed, Spider-Man is way faster. Reflexes, you already know the answer. Durability, also higher. If Peter stops holding back, Batman is in serious danger immediately. Batman's biggest problem is that Batman's stealth becomes useless. Sneak attacks are detected, traps are also detected, projectiles are also detected. Spider Sense is one of the most broken abilities for fighting Batman specifically. People underestimate Spider Man's intelligence constantly, but Peter Parker is a genius. Not Batman level tactically, but scientifically, he's brilliant. And in combat, Spider Man improvises extremely well. Experience, strategy, and exploitation. Batman would immediately analyze Peter's personality. Spider Man jokes too much, holds back too much, and sometimes underestimates his opponents. Bruce will exploit every bit of that. And this is where Batman fans scream prep time. And yes, with enough prep time, Batman could theoretically create counters. But Spider Man isn't just strong, he's too fast, too reactive, too unpredictable, and Spider Sense makes planning against him incredibly difficult. Out of everyone on this list, Spider Man is the one most likely to defeat Batman consistently, especially in random encounters. Chances of beating Batman are 9 out of 10. Final scores are Bullseye 2 out of 10, Green Arrow 3.5 out of 10, Daredevil 5 out of 10, Shang Chi 6.5 out of 10, Captain America 7.5 out of 10, and Spider-Man 9 out of 10. Batman is one of the most dangerous humans in comic history, but street level doesn't always mean weak. Some of these fighters push Bruce to his absolute limit, and a few might actually beat him more often than not. So now the question is, which matchup do you disagree with, and which character should we rank next? Because trust me, the Batman fanboys are already typing essays right now.